We got Sasuke, we got Master, we got Adriel, we got Gandhi. Jeez, Gandhi playing. And Headhunter down there at number 5. BFC team jumping in here. We got B-Money, Ross, Delinator, Hertha, and Primer hopping in here. Those are the teams hopping in today. Oh, here we go. B-Money kicking off proceedings. Yo, B-Money doing a Dell special? What's this? I thought B-Money only knew how to do spam attacks like spam Yetis, spam Yetis, spam Yetis, and spam Yetis? No, is that not what B-Money does? Well, maybe this is a new B-Money we're looking at here. We've got a couple of balloons going to be swinging on through. They're going to take care of that mortar at that top section as the Grand Warden starts to do a little bit of work over here on this right-hand side. I do wonder if this is going to be a Delinator special plan, and we're going to see another Super Witch hit coming later on in this war. We'll just need to wait and see. King and a Yeti. Of course, it can't be a B-Money attack without a Yeti. There he is coming through from that top section of the base. King going to be doing a little bit of work up at 12 o'clock, and in it come these Super Witches. Yeti is going to be able to take care of that storage. Yo, I was about to say, where's this Grand Warden going? He literally came over here to do one shot. What's this Grand Warden playing at? Alright, so our troops should make their way into the base. Does need to be careful they don't end up walking over to the outside of the base. Are they going to go in? Oh, no. Oh, can we get some F's in the chat, please? As long as the healers stick with these 2 Super Witches, we may actually be alright, but we lose 3 Super Witches to the outside of the base. We've already lost 1. Down she goes. 1 Super Witch in the middle of the base. That's a rage spell and a half coming in for B-Money right there. Starting to lose some healers from those seeking air mines. Funnel not quite set. Maybe need to let that Warden just snipe off a couple more structures on the right hand side of the base. Clan Castle troops now going to be lured out. We do have a Lava Hound, which certainly can hold up these Super Witches for a little while. Still half of the clock left up here, so B-Money might just have enough time to push through the back end of this one, considering we do still have these Super Witches working their way around the outside of the base. 1 Super Witch in the middle doing some serious work alongside the Queen and that Grand Warden. We got the RC taking care of the scatter shot at this bottom section. We do still have a freeze and the RC ability to drop here at the back end. Single target Inferno does lock on to our Super Witch. Are we going to commit the free spell down now? No, we are not. We're going to hold that free spell probably for our Royal Champion to get in range of this single. To be honest, might have been a good idea to drop. Oh, what's he holding the freeze for? He drops down the freeze right there. He is desperately trying to keep his Royal Champion alive, and he is just going to be able to do that. The healers are going to transfer over to the Royal Champion for a second, who is going to get a couple of shots off on this single target Inferno. Unfortunately, that's not going to be enough to take the single down. 5% to grab here. Is a B-Money going to have enough? He only has 2 Super Witches left up in this one. The single locks onto a big boy, but then focuses back on a Super Witch. It's not going to be ideal. We need one of these Super Witches to try and stay alive. They're all gone. Anything that can range over the wall, oh, it's going to be a disaster. 1 Super Witch is still alive. We've got the big boys tanking here. If they can tank, we might just have it. Brian is one lucky guy. Man be sneaking that triple by the skin of his teeth. He brings in a triple. How does he do that? Like, more than half of his army walked around the outside and he still triples? What's this man on? Unbelievable, but that's how you make a return to Brian Fan Club, by bringing in a triple and taking a defense. Is this going to be the war of the Super Witches? I don't know, but it's looking that way so far. The second Super Witch hit is coming in from Master, coming in against Hertha. So let's see how they're going to be able to get on here, starting as we did with that previous attack from B-Money. We're kicking off proceedings with the Zaps and that Earthquake to take care of one of the Inferno Towers, bringing in that Grand Warden from this left-hand side of the base, where they're super wall breaking. It looks like they may potentially be luring this Grand Warden all the way up and around. Always a little bit risky though to start him from the other side of the base. Usually I like to start him from a corner and then work his way in, but he's quite far over on this left hand side of the base. But we'll just need to wait and see what Master's planning on doing. Look at these archers go. Sheesh, talk about value. Those archers picking off 2 structures on their own right there. Not too shabby. Grand Warden, son, gets locked onto, but look at that free spell coming in. Man be throwing down that free spell the last second, clutching up that Warden on about 0 HP right now. Jeez. Alright, so the free spell on the Expo does save that Grand Warden from getting absolutely slapped about like a little wet fish. Gonna continue. I don't even know what that was, just ignore that. Continuing to push on through, we get a nice super wall breaker giving us access into the middle of the base. We've got a nice jump spell coming in right there. Finally, we are going to get this siege barracks coming on through. Unfortunately, it does put the siege barracks right into the range of this archer tower, so we'll just need to wait and see how long that siege barracks is going to last. Going to continue pushing on through this base though. Jump spell going to give us access into that scattershot compartment. We do still have our queen and our royal champion ability to be brought in. RC only now just making an appearance, coming in alongside those hoggies who hit the bomb tower and a double giant bomb. Oof. Alright, going to continue pushing on through. We get the multi-target Inferno locking onto our queen. We've got the hoggies doing a little bit of work over here on that right-hand side of the base. We've got the super witches going to continue pushing on through. Multi-target Inferno not going to do too much work considering we still have 2 of our hero abilities. I think Master may just have enough. Timing though potentially could be an issue. 50 seconds to try and pick up 30% of the base. And the queen has to go to ability. She's not going to last too much longer. Even when she gets in range of this multi-target Inferno, I think it will take her down. Nice placement on the Skeletrap there for Hertha. That's going to stall up the Royal Champion and the queen long enough. Are the healers going to swap it over to something useful? I don't know. But the queen and the RC are going to be able to get through the multi-target Inferno. 28 seconds to grab 10% of the base. I think this is a 3-star coming in from Master. Another Super Witch hit and another 3-star on the board. Not going to be enough to stop this from bringing home a triple. The first of which for Infernos. Hertha's base getting smacked around. And that's what Infernos needed after the strong start from the boys in a BFC. Nice hit coming in there from Master. Next hit going to be coming in. We've got Headhunter swinging on through and I'm disappointed. First thing that jumps out to me, I'm disappointed. That 14 Inferno Dragons, not 14 Headhunters. Imagine your name being Headhunter and not even using mass Headhunters. I feel robbed, if anything. I'm robbed of the chance of watching a fantastic content hit here. Honestly, I'm not even sure if we should consider watching this. He's done us dirty. Done us dirty. Alright, here we go. Inferno Dragon spam going to be coming on through from this right-hand side of the base. We've got the CC going to be coming out. We've got a couple of Headhunters. More Headhunters on defense than this guy has on offense. Absolute shocker. He forgets to drop his blimp into the Eternal Tome ability, but it doesn't look like there's going to be any... that's what I call a poison spell. That, oh baby, is what I call a poison spell. That sweeper was looking a little bit troublesome. Needed to make sure it got poisoned. Alright, Rage going to go down. Down goes the Town Hall. Our troops have started to split up a little bit. We've got the Royal Champion going to be swinging on through from this bottom section of the base. We've got spells galore still to go in. We've still got 2 freeze, 2 of those cheeky little skeleton spells also to be deployed. We're going to see a Seeking Airmine taking care of another one of these Inferno Dragons in the middle of the base, but that one does manage to get through the scatter shot. Starting to struggle a little bit here on the back end. The Royal Champion ability is going to have to go up there. We get a couple of shots off onto this single target Inferno. Down goes another skeleton spell. Far too late on that skeleton spell though, so the single is going to be able to get a little bit of hits done on to the RC. We've got an army of Inferno Dragons and 1 baby dragon in there pushing their way around this left hand side of the base. In comes that free spell. There's about 500 seconds or something left on this clock. Maths is my strongest suit, don't even lie to yourselves. And I think this might just have enough to sneak the triple, although that Tesla farm for Russ. Oh baby, that Tesla farm looking a little bit saucy over there on that left hand side of the base. We've got the Inferno Dragons heating up. Are they going to be able to get their way through this Tesla farm on the back end? We're starting to lose some of those Inferno Dragons. Baby Dragon is going to be taking down that cannon. The Inferno Dragons, 3 of them, I think. Oh, we see a Seeking Airmine here on the back end. One of those, one Inferno Dragon left. It locks onto the Elixir Collector. Is this going to be a defense or is this going to be a triple? Inferno Dragon against Tesla. Who's going to win the battle? Oh, it's going to be the Inferno Dragon. Unbelievable. 1 Inferno Dragon left up. And Russ gets taken down by Headhunter. A little bit jammy, but so was B Money's at the start. And a little bit of jam, maybe sometimes, is what the bread needs. And Inferno's starting to heat up a little bit there. Oh, it's Delinator coming in next. And he is using Super Witches. Are you guys seeing this? Delinator uses Super Witches? Whatever next. Whatever next. So we're probably going to be zapping down. Yep. This single target Inferno over here. Interesting. Very interesting. So usually what Delinator does, his general plan is he will zap an Inferno Tower that's close to the Town Hall. He will then Warden walk straight into the Town Hall compartment. Usually the Town Hall compartment is the first compartment he will walk into. So I wonder why he's hitting from this side of the base and he's not zapping up here, Warden walking up here, and then walking into this compartment here. Very interesting here from Delanator, but we're going to have these Super Witches coming in pretty early from this bottom section of the base. Unfortunately, we're going to see the Royal Champion already sniping off one of our Super Witches. Definitely not ideal. We're going to see that King ability getting dropped right there. We've got the Giant and the Siege Barracks going to be coming over here from this right-hand side of the base. The Eagle Artillery going to be one of the last defenses, if we can make it that far, to go down over on this left hand side of the base. Ideally that would have gone down pretty early. Of all the things for the Expo to target, unfortunately it is going to target our Grand Warden, and I don't think this one's got the beans. Although judging by B Money's attack, maybe we can clutch up here, because Delanator is the master of Super Witches, so we'll just need to wait and see. But it's starting to look a little bit ominous. We've lost our Royal Champion, we've lost our Grand Warden, we've got the we lost our King. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. Our RC I thought was dead, but that's the enemy RC. Our RC is going to be coming through from the top section of the base, lingering with this single target Inferno up there. Jump spell going to give us access into all 3 of 4 of these back end compartments. We've got, I don't know what that was on the left hand side, but it's dead, whatever it is. Queen ability going to go off in the center of the base. Need to get this scat shot down sooner rather than later. We are going to see it getting taken down right there. There is the Royal Champion ability going to help us get through a couple of those Teslas on this left hand side of the base. And Delanator's turned this bad boy around. I think he might just have enough beans on the back end here. The Royal Champion unfortunately is going to get taken down by the Teslas and that cannon. Our Queen somehow is surviving just about long enough. I don't think timing's even going to be an issue, considering we still have this P.E.K.K.A. on very, very low HP and a couple of Wizards sniping their way through from the top section of the base. That is going to be a triple coming in for Brian Fan Club. Super Witch Fan Club more like. Hertha, the only one not to bring in a triple so far, and he didn't use Super Witches. Maybe that's the thing. Maybe that's just what Hertha should have done. Super Witches coming in, bringing in yet another triple. We got Primer getting a hit right now by Adriel, coming in with the B Money special. We've got Yetis, we've got Bowlers, we've got a Quad Quake, and we have the Grand Warden walk. Look at this sexy beast. Look at him go. Grand Warden walks have got to be one of the single most entertaining things in Clash of Clans. I'm not going to lie. Thank you, Shushervan. I'm honoured. Yawn. I know, Adam. It's always the same with Grand Warden walks. It's like, let's find something to actually commentate. Alright, Grand Warden's still going to shoot a couple. Quad Quake going down right here, and we're actually starting to deploy other troops. Something to commentate. Oh boy, alright, here we go. We got the Siege Barracks coming in through from 6 o'clock. We've got the Grand Warden now going to be lured over by those Yetis and by those Bowlers. Ideally, you want to try and keep the Bowlers up for as long as possible. They are very, very squishy though. The Eagle in combination with the Scatter Shot can take them down in a heartbeat. So let's keep an eye on these Bowlers. Are they going to get smacked, or are they going to be able to continue proceeding through this base? Looks like they are going to be able to snag that scatter shot pretty early on here. We get a couple of headhunters coming out. They're only going to lock onto our King. Not going to cause us too many issues. Poison Spell is down there for those CC troops very early on that Eternal Tome ability. And those Hog Riders from the Siege Barracks, they can say goodbye to their piggies because they are out of here. Royal Champion going to be brought in from the bottom section of the base as well. We've got our King working on through to the multi-target Inferno in the middle of the base. We've still got 1, 2, 3 Inferno Towers. Make that 2 Inferno Towers left up in the base. The single over here on the left-hand side does end up taking down our King. The enemy King, however, going to be sniped off right there. We had an army of the Barbarians from that King ability in combination with the Yeti. Had a couple of Headhunters in there as well. We've still got a free spell here for the back end and our Queen ability. This one looking pretty tidy here for Adriel. We are seeing these Barbarians from the King's ability have been absolutely phenomenal here. Tanky for these Yetis on the back end. Those healers keeping the Yetis alive for as long as they possibly can. But the single target Inferno starting to chip them down. Is this single going to be the death of this attack? Or are we going to be able to deploy that free spell down at the right time? Are we going to commit the free spell? We do. There's the heal spell coming in. We're going to get a nice healer transfer over onto our Royal Champion. But is she going to get taken down? She does. We do still have our Queen ability though for the back end. Just under 40 seconds going left here. And I think Adriel might just have enough to take down Primer. Inferno's event looking pretty good. We're going to get that single target. It all depends on where this queen passes. She goes outside the base, which she's going to. Is she then going to turn? No, she goes outside. There is still hope of a defense here. If this single target Inferno locks onto our queen, it locks onto a healer. Of all the things for it to lock onto, it locks onto a healer, and that means the queen is going to be able to tidy up this base. Oh, there's the tornado trap. It's spinning the wrong way. Another 3-star on the board for Adriel. Primer getting taken down, and Inferno's pushing BFC to the limit here. 3-3-stars on the board for Infernos. Currently only 2 triples on the board for BFC. Alright, here we go. Gandhi going to be coming in with another Lalo. It looks like, yo, is this just a replica of Primer's Lalo? It is. We've got an Ice Golem going out in front. We've got the Log Launcher, the King and the Queen both going to be swinging on through. The Queen, unfortunately, does get locked onto by the cannon. The funnel not set for that Queen, so she is away on her holidays to this left-hand side of the base. We're going to see really nice Log Launcher deployment, though. That Log Launcher is going to be able to take care not only of the Scatter Shot, but also takes care of that Sweeper in the middle and gets a really nice load of value done onto the Eagle Artillery. But funnel, who needs to funnel? Certainly not Gandhi, apparently. Yo, we still take down the Scatter Shot on this left-hand side. That's clutch. And we, yo, who needs to funnel? Funneling is so overrated. Just throw everything at the base and you're going to absolutely hammer it. Yo, look at that. That's what I call some value right there. Eagle Artillery, unfortunately, doesn't go down. But that's not too shabby. We're going to see a Poison Spell coming in here at the bottom section of the base. Ideally looking to take down those Headhunters nice and quickly. We are going to be able to snipe them down. A couple of Archers, not really going to cause us too many issues. They're only going to be able to maybe take down 1 or 2 balloons throughout the entirety of this attack. Has not yet activated that Town Hall, though. Town Hall does remain up. One pup needs to activate it. There we go. He's going to get that activation right there. Is the Grand Warden in the right place? Yes, he is. So there is the Eternal Tome ability going to be coming on through. We've got loads of spells to deploy here on the back end. So Gandhi might as well go ahead and start deploying those spells. Multi-target and air defense here on the back end are going to get taken down. His balloons are fizzling out, though. He has so many spells and he doesn't know what to do with them. Look at how tightly packed together all of these spells are. But honestly, I'm not sure those spells were in the right places. His balloons, he was dropping those spells for 1 or 2 balloons. The Eagle Artillery in the middle of the base does end up going down. Time potentially could be an issue here. There's the Tornado Trap. To add injury to insult here, is Delinator going to be able to pick up a defense? I don't know what percent 2-star Gandhi needed, but this is a high percent 2-star. There was a 3% difference. I have no idea what that means in the general percent for each attack, but I think this is a win on the board for Gandhi. I don't think there's any way BFC, even if they triple, can catch up because we've just put such a high percent on the board here. Yo, does this actually still have a chance to triple? This is going to triple. No, it's not. It's going to time. He's got a couple of Headhunters. He's got a Skeleton army pushing their way through this left-hand side of the base. Yo, this is going to triple. How lucky. This is gonna. That's unbelievable. This war, I swear to God, has been some of the luckiest and closest attacks I've ever seen. Every single triple has came right down to the wire, and Gandhi brings in a triple right there, giving Infernos a 14-star war. Russell is in, and it doesn't matter the outcome of this attack because Brian Fanclub, unfortunately, has already lost. Even if this triples, Infernos will win this war 14 to potentially 13. Jeez. This war has just been absolutely mad. We've got a Baby Dragon doing a little bit of work over here on this right-hand side of the base. We've now got the Queen Charge swinging on through from this top section of the base. She is ideally going to be pushing in to this compartment. Needs to be careful. This Archer Tower looking a little bit ominous, but the Super Wall Breaker hopefully should be enough to allow the Queen to take care of the Archer Tower and then turn and walk into the compartment. There she goes. Absolutely what we want. Needs to start thinking about potentially dropping a Rage Spell. There it is coming in right there. Making sure that Queen is back up on full health. So when we deal with the enemy RC, we're not going to have too much trouble. Nice Kokoloon. That is a beautiful Kokoloon swinging on through. Takes care of both of those Seeking air mines that were lurking in that compartment. So the Queen Charge should be able to get some really nice value at this top section. Potentially, if we can get the second Super Wall Breaker to go where we want it to. Is Russ going to deploy the second Super Wall Breaker? CC troops coming out. The Queen's getting absolutely hammered. She has to go to ability. Poison Spell is down for these Clan Castle troops. But the Headhunters unfortunately do retarget, so they're going to focus in on our King over on this right hand side of the base. We do still have a Super Wall Breaker to be deployed. The Queen is taking so much damage. Russ doing everything in his power to try and keep her alive. He really does not want her to go down. Dropping down that Rage Spell to keep her up. We've got the Hybrid swinging on through from this right hand side of the base. To be honest, at this point, I think a healer transfer would be ideal. Getting those healers to move on over from the Queen to potentially the Scatter Shot. Look at this Super Wall Breaker going exactly where Russ didn't want her to go. Springtrap incredibly ineffective there for Headhunter. Misses all of those Hog Riders. We've got a heal spell down at the bottom section of the base. We do still have the RC ability to be brought in on the back end. A free spell in hand as well. Plenty of miners left up in this one, and I think Russ is going to be able to sneak another 3-star on the board for BFC, but it doesn't matter the outcome. As I said, the result for this war has already been determined because Inferno's put up a triple, dropping down that free spell on the single target. Inferno choosing to try and keep our Queen alive just for a little bit longer, but she is going to tank this single target Inferno as our Royal Champion steps up, starts to deal with the single, but unfortunately we get skeletons coming on through, so she is going to get refocused and she does get taken down by this single, but we do still have a big army of those miners working their way around this left hand side of the base. We do still have our Grand Warden up as well. Grand Warden gets one shot off in the single, then decides that single's not important at all. I'm going to focus on the Tesla, but that is a 3-star to finish off here for Russ. And that was a beautiful, beautiful Queen Charge, committing so much to keeping the Queen alive, but it really does work out for him on the back end of this one. Able to bring in a beautiful triple on the board there against Headhunter, putting up one hell of a war. 14 stars on the board for Infernos, coming in against 13 from BFC. Very, very close. But Infernos end up taking the win, and this was a war of lucky attacks, clutch attacks. I don't know what to call them, but that certainly is a banger of a war coming in right there from both teams.